It's not like the original trilogy where these super deep critiques. No! They may have had intellect behind the movies, but they weren't executed that way. The prequels were more complex and more intelligent in its execution, but the original trilogy wasn't executed like that. So yeah, there's corny moments in the prequels, and yeah, there's corny moments in the original trilogy. There's corny moments in the new trilogy. So why single out one trilogy for what the entire saga is guilty of? In The Force Awakens, they didn't even explain the new Jedi Order. After Return of the Jedi, they didn't explain how the First Order got to where they are now. It makes no sense. Then they tried to be all deep with The Last Jedi, but it all fell flat because they didn't even understand the very franchise they were critiquing. And they didn't even try to be loyal to Star Wars world and universe because they felt like going against what Star Wars was just to get their point across, I suppose. Star Wars has a great combination of the ragtag group and intellect. It's what you do with the intellect, I suppose, that counts. As Star Wars used it for different purposes with the original trilogy to what it was used for in the prequels. The prequels was a little more intellectual based. The new trilogy wasn't intellectual. It didn't really have substance. It was mainly about fun, especially in The Force Awakens. And The Last Jedi tried to have deeper themes and critique everything without having a thorough understanding of what they were critiquing. What the fuck is this shit? Since when did the early 2000s Star Wars movies need books to explain their own plot points? Such horseshit. Now since when? Prove it! In The Force Awakens, there were important plot details that were not explained. Things you need to know just to know what the fuck is going on. In the new trilogy, they have important details like what happened after Return of the Jedi. A New Hope explained the Clone Wars. And that was the first ever Star Wars movie. It still had enough context to build on its world. Where in the world is this in the new trilogy? They use actual books to explain this stuff. What happened after Return of the Jedi? Oh, it's in a book. What happened to Luke? Oh, it's in a book. What happened? How did the First Order rise to power? Oh, it's in a book. How did Maz Kanata get that lightsaber? Oh, it's in a book. They did that with the new trilogy. In the prequels, everything that happens within the context of the film. Everything that happens within the context of the film. Meaning you don't need to read a side book just to know what's going on. It explains and shows just enough so you have enough context going in. So to accuse the prequels of that is so false and disingenuous. And with the thematically resonant stories out there that actually tackle themes. And some are even simple yet extremely powerful and effective. And yet The Last Jedi, you see this shit? This is what I'm laying down. And this was Tarragon. Thank you for watching.